Okay, here are some notes on the Pythagorean theorem. So what is the Pythagorean theorem? So what you're trying to use the Pythagorean theorem for is a way to determine whether or not a triangle is a right triangle given the side measurements. So if I know the three sides, if it works in the Pythagorean theorem, then it's a right triangle. Another thing is it's a way to determine the missing length in a right triangle. So if you know two of the sides of a right triangle, you can use this to help you figure it out. What's the formula? It's a squared plus b squared equals c squared, where a and b are the lengths of the short sides. So if this is my right triangle, a and b are my short sides, and c is the length of the hypotenuse or the long side. Okay, so here are some examples. So given a right triangle, if sides are A of 5 inches and side B is 8 inches, what is the measurement of side C? So step one is to determine whether you're missing the short side or the long side. So in this case, it told us we had A and B. So if we drew a triangle, this is 5, this is 8. So we're definitely missing the short long side. So in this case, we are missing the long side. Step two, substitute the information into the formula. So we write down our formula. We then substitute in what are given. So we know 5 squared plus 8 squared equals c squared. Step three, solve for the missing variables. So we're going to simplify, get 25 plus 64 equals c squared. So then we know that 89 equals c squared. To undo a square, which is in this little box over here, we use a square root, which is the opposite of a square. And it's this symbol right here. So that's what a square root will look like. Okay. So we take the square root of 89 and we get approximately 9.43, which is our answer. Example 2. Given a right triangle, if the side lengths A is 6 and C is 10, what's the measurement of side B? So again, if we were to draw a triangle, it told us that A is 6, C is 10, and we're missing B. And then it gives us this little note off to the side. It says, when you're missing a short side, it doesn't matter if we solve for A or B. So again, first step, determine whether you're missing a short side or the long side. Say we're missing B, which is one of our short sides. So we are missing a short side. Then we're going to substitute it in. So here's our substitution. We did 6 squared plus b squared equals 10 squared. So I wrote that down. So now I simplify. 6 squared is 36. 10 squared is 100. I subtract 36 from both sides. Gives me b squared equals 64. I take the square root because I'm undoing a square, and I get b equals 8. Okay, so here's some guided practice. So it says determine the missing side length in the given triangle. Step 1, determine whether we're missing a short side or a long side. So it says, it shows us right here that we are missing this side right here, which is a short side. So we are missing a short side. Okay. So we just determined we were missing the short side. So next we're going to substitute it into our formula. So I know A is 7, I'm missing B, and C is 15. So now I'm going to solve for the missing sides. So I know 49 is 7 squared plus B squared equals 15 squared is 225. So then I subtract 49 from both sides. So I get b squared equals 176. And I take the square root of both sides. I get b is approximately 13.27. And I think it was in meters. Okay, example 2. A tree is 30 feet tall and casts a shadow that is 40 feet long. How far is it from the end of the shadow to the top of the tree? Step 1, determine whether you're missing a short side or a long side. In word problems, this often helps to draw a picture. So we drew a picture over here. So here's my 30-foot tree. It's 45 feet away from its shadow, and then we want to know how far away its shadow is from the tip of the tree. So in this case, we are missing the long side. So substitute in the given information. So I'm going to do 30 squared plus 45 squared equals c squared. And then it gave me a little hint over here to remember to undo a square, use the square root. So 30 squared is 900. 45 squared is 2025 and equals c squared. So when I add those together, no. Equals c squared. So then I take the square root of both sides and I get about 54.08 feet. Then example 3, this is a 14-foot ladder is leaning up against a 10-foot house. So here's my 14-foot ladder. My 10-foot house. I want to know how far away the ladder is from the bottom of the house. Step 1, determine for whether we're missing a short side or a long side. In this case, we are missing a short side. Substitute in the given numbers. So I'm going to have 10 squared, b squared, 14 squared, and then solve. 10 squared is 100. 14 squared is 196, so I'm going to subtract 100 from both sides. So b squared equals 96. Then I'm going to take the square root of both sides. I get about 9.8 feet. Yes, feet. Okay, so use these notes to help you on your activity with the Pythagorean theorem.